good morning to all my dear students. Students, in the previous tutorial, we have studied the topic governor. We have studied about the term, power, qualification for the government now and appointment. Now today in this tutorial, we are going to study about Chief Minister, who is the executive head of the state. So let's continue the chapter. Okay students, as I already told you that the chief minister is the real head of the state executive, and chief minister is appointed by the governor, and his council of ministers too, they are also chosen by the chief minister and the governor. So now we will study the qualification of the chief minister. Qualification to become the chief minister of a state is same as applied to an ordinary legislator. Who is a legislator? Legislator is a person which is connected with the act of making laws. The governor appoints the leader of the majority party as the chief minister. So chief minister qualification is same as comparison of legislator. And who appoints the chief minister? The governor appoints from the majority party. Majority party here means that party which forms a government, or that party that wins the election with a majority number of seats. From that party, the governor appoints chief minister. Now we will study powers of the chief minister. First, constitution of the cabinet. The governor appoints the ministers in consultation with the chief minister. You know that many states are also big. Yes, so in states also various ministers are there under chief ministers, which are known as council of ministers, and they are responsible for handling the different departments of the state like sanitation, roads, buildings, water supply, electricity. So state is not only looked after by governor or by the chief minister, but other ministers are also responsible. Cabinet ministers, we can say, cabinet ministers are responsible for handling the departments of different states, or handling the departments of state. The now allocation of departments. The chief minister is free to distribute various departments among his ministers. He can remove any minister at any time. Third, leader of the legislative assembly. The chief minister is the leader of the legislative assembly. You know the legislative assembly of states. So who is the head? Leader, chief minister. He is also the leader of the majority party. The Speaker of the Legislative Assembly prepares schedule of meetings of the Assembly in consultation with the Chief Minister. So Speaker is also there, who is elected among the members of the Chief Ministers. So the Speaker, he prepares schedule of meetings, means which meetings to be taken by the Chief Minister, but in consultation with the chief minister. Fourth, principal advisor to the governor. The chief minister is the principal advisor to the governor. He advises the governor from time to time. So he also acts as a role of a advisor, and he is the main advisor, who the chief minister, and he give advices to the governor from time to time. Means what type of advices which are related to the welfare of the state. Now fifth, a link between the governor and the council of ministers. The chief minister acts as a link between the governor and the council of ministers. He conveys the views of the governor to the council of ministers. So he acts as a link between governor and council of ministers. Now we will study council of ministers. The Council of Ministers has three main categories of members. These categories are cabinet ministers, ministers of state, and deputy ministers. So Council of Ministers, that ministers which work under chief minister, that are divided into into three categories. First is cabinet ministers, second is ministers of state, and third is deputy ministers. Each cabinet minister is in charge of an independent department of government such as health, education, industry or agriculture. Independent departments are given to cabinet ministers. Each such department is called a portfolio. The ministers of state usually work under cabinet ministers. The deputy ministers help the cabinet ministers and ministers of state. So who work under the cabinet ministers? Ministers of state. And what is the work of the deputy ministers? That they help the cabinet ministers also and ministers of state also. The chief minister and his council of ministers work on the principle of collective responsibility, which means that all the members work as a team. So on the basis of which principle they work? Collective responsibility, that all the council of ministers, chief minister, governor, they will work together as a team. If a vote of no confidence is passed against any member of the council, the whole council has to resign. No confidence means it is that vote in which suppose any state government is not working properly or any ministers not working properly, then majority of the votes they are passed against that government. That is called a no confidence, means votes are taken by the people that whether this person is doing the work right or not. If majority of votes is against that person or any minister, then that person has to be removed or the whole council also removed. So that is called a vote of no confidence. Now we will study civil service. The day-to-day administrative work in the departments of the government is done by officials of the civil service. So civil servants, they do the administrative work. Administrative work is in the departments of the government is done by civil servants. These officials are known as civil servants like IPS, IAS. Yes, these are all civil servants. The special body called the Union Public Service Commission, which selects civil servants for the central civil service, posts some civil servants in each state. So every state is having their administrative work too. So for handling that administrative work, there is Union Public Service Commission who conducts these exams like IAS, IPS to select the people for handling the administrative work. The chief secretary is the head of the state civil service. So who is the head? Chief secretary. Under him there is a secretary in charge of every department. Now we will study administration of union territories. So for state, every state legislative assemblies are there, and in some states legislative councils are also there to handle the states properly. But now how to look after the union territories, that we are going to study. A union territory is administered by a lieutenant governor or chief administrator of chief commissioner. Lieutenant governor, you can say deputy governor of a state. Yes, deputy governor. One is governor, then deputy governor is also there of a state, that is called a lieutenant governor. Or a chief administrator of chief commissioner means a person of high rank. They look after the union territories. Acting on the president's instructions. Sometimes the president puts the governor of a neighboring state in charge of administering a union territory. The laws of administration may be different in different union territories. Usually the parliament make these laws. So to handle the union territories, the parliament, they make the laws, the president and the people, those who are handling the union territories, they have to act according to those laws, and laws are different for every union territories. Sometimes the parliament passes a law to set up a legislature in a union territory. Puducherry means Pondicherry, for example, is a union territory. which is having its own legislative assembly and council of ministers, like which is happening in states. In states we can see assembly also and council of ministers. So this is one of the union territory which is having both legislative assembly and council of ministers. Now students, we have finished this chapter. Now we will do the exercises. At the state level we have Vidhan Sabha, which is also known as legislative assembly. Each member of Vidhan Parishad serves for a period of 6 years. Members of Vidhan Sabha is called MLA. MLA means member of legislative assembly. The members of the Vidhan Parishad are called MLCs, members of legislative councils. The maximum members in Vidhan Sabha can be 500. Now we will do the true false. Bills are proposals for new laws. True. Money bills are introduced only in Vidhan Sabha. True. The governor is appointed by MLAs. False. The governor's term of office is 7 years. False. How many years? 5 years. The chief minister is the real head of a state. True. So students, I hope you are able to understand the chapter very properly. Now, what is your homework? That read the chapter properly and watch the video too carefully. Till then, have a good day.